Welcome everyone. So now we are having the pandemic, the COVID-19, and this problem is everywhere around the world. And as Buddhists and also non-Buddhist people everywhere around the world, what kind of advice we can apply in our life? So from Buddhist aspect, what we call, there are three things that we need to consider. So first is what we call view. The view is how we look at the perspective, the principles about the basis when we face this kind of situation, what kind of principle that we need to keep in our mind. So that's the view. And the second important is what we call meditation. So view is wonderful. Only view without meditation, then what your view, your perspective, your insight, your wisdom cannot become in experience. So bring the view into experience, what we call meditation. So second is the meditation. And number three is what we call application or conduct. So application is you have wonderful view, your mind is really understand what is happening with you and also around the world. You understand who you are. There's the view, the perspective is very clear. You have the wisdom and you have some meditation experience. But if you not apply in everyday life, number three, application, then sometimes it is difficult. Still, we are under control by a problem. So therefore, we need these three together. So if we have these three together, then we can face the problem. So right now we have this pandemic. Some of my friends, my students got this pandemic, this disease, this virus. And we see that there's a lot of serious problem around the world, and it is impacting economy also. It is sometimes impact about the relationships also. There's in a way lot of sufferings, lot of problems happening around the world. So maybe in the history, this is one of the biggest disaster. So we need to accept that. The first important is we need to address that from the Buddhist aspect. We don't want to ignore anything. We just see it, the reality, and accept it. So that is sometimes what we call the first teaching of Buddha, what we call accepting suffering as suffering, the truth of suffering. Then the second is we look the causes of the suffering. The main thing about the cause of suffering is related with in our mind. Normally, suffering is the feeling, isn't it? So feeling is in our mind, maybe physical feeling, emotionally, the intercognitive level, emotional level feeling, or intellectual level of suffering. So that is in the mind, the causes. So that is what we call the cause of suffering. And then there is a way to free that. So what is how to free? What we believe that we all have wonderful nature. So what we call the Buddha nature, Tathagarbha, the wonderful nature of all of us. So from the fundamental level, you are perfect, I'm perfect, no matter there is virus, no matter we are sick, getting old or die, our true nature never gets sick or getting old or die. Or we are in the samsara, doesn't matter in the which realm, your true nature is still pure and free. And doesn't matter how much mistake you did. Maybe you did terrible mistake, look like you are a really bad person, but your true nature is still wonderful. So that is what we call Buddha nature. So that wonderful nature of all of us is what we call the cessation, the truth of cessation here. So now, do we have a solution? Do we have a path to have that freedom, the cessation from suffering, cessation from problem, cessation from obstacles? Do we have path? Yes, we have path. So the path is what we call dharma. So here the path is the meditation. And everybody can practice meditation, doesn't matter who you are. And you can practice meditation everywhere, anytime, with any circumstances. So this is wonderful, isn't it? One time I was in the big city, so I was in the car, and then there's a big truck in front of me. So when we go right side, truck also go to right side. When we go to the left side, truck also go to the left side. So then I look at the behind the truck, and that is the truck about shipping, shipment, bring things and here, there. So they will help you to move your things in the room or whatever shipment. So behind the truck, they said, they can ship, they can bring anything, everywhere, with any time. So I thought this is a really good example for meditation. So I changed, we can meditate everywhere, anytime, with anything. So that's the path. Path is the meditation. So when we practice this meditation, what happens? Then our suffering, the destructive emotions become more calm down, become more free from there. We are free from what I call crazy monkey mind. And we have crazy monkey mind, we have crazy monkey mind of emotion, behave also, and these are, we will free. And then what happened? We will have bring the peace, calm, joy, happiness will develop. And that happiness is the cessation, the truth of cessation. We are getting close to our true nature, the Buddha nature, enlightened nature, that with us all the time. So, and that is the how we need to remember during this dark time. Although we are having very difficult situation right now around the world, but first is we have to remember that. So when we understand what we call Four Noble Truths, this is the first teaching of Buddha. So first is the truth of suffering. Second, the truth of causes of suffering. Third, the truth of cessation. Last, the truth of the path. So Four Noble Truths. So to understand that, and that is what we call view. So this is the first one, view. So I will also elaborate more about this view. So the first important for us in the view is accepting the truth of suffering. So as I mentioned before, this virus is real, right? In our life, look like real. Real meaning in the relative level. So what is the nature of relative? Cause and condition, interdependent. So that's what we call karma. So karma meaning the result which comes from cause and condition. So this pandemic has cause and condition. So we need to bring awareness about that. We need to be aware of that. So therefore, if we don't want to get sick, we try our best to follow the lot of medical advice. They have a lot of advice. We try to follow that. So there's a lot of suggestions about washing hand and wearing the mask and the social distance, and all this is cause and condition. So in Buddhism, what we believe, cause and condition is very important. So, for example, if you want to grow a potato, in order to grow potato, the soil, water, and the fertilizer, oxygen, temperature, length of time, space, seed, so many things together. Each of them cannot grow potato. We have to have all this depend each other. So many pieces there, and these pieces connect together. So when these pieces connect together, then we need time. Time is changing. That's the impermanent. Then after a certain level, we will have result. We will have grow another potato. So that's the karma. So same thing here. We all follow our best to, from our action level, try our best to keep ourselves safe, and others also help others. If you try to wear masks and try to keep the social distance, also you're helping others. So these are really important. But at the same time, the main problem for us is the causes of suffering is in the mind. Many people has a lot of fear. There's a lot of expectations, a lot of fear, a lot of confusion, grief. Maybe some of the people lost their family members. Maybe some of the people get that infection. So then our mind is become restless. Our mind become not in peace. So then because of that can affect our physical body, that can affect our life, our relationship also. So what we need to do is we have to practice the meditation. So the second important thing is the meditation. So if we need to have peace in our mind, happiness in our mind, if we get the peace, calm, happiness in our mind, that will help our body. Like there's a lot of scientific research about meditation will help our body develop immune system. It is good for longevity. It is good for many diseases in the body. So it's really good also. So until now, we don't have a medicine for this virus. So we will try our best to use many different methods. So one of the best is the meditation also. That generally, if your health become good, then also prevent the this virus. And not only that, through the meditation also helps your social life, your life in general. So buy one, get many free. So buy one is you learn meditation, you will have peace, happiness in your mind. Then at the same time you get free, good for your health, good for your relationship, good for general in your life. So wonderful, isn't it? So therefore, the meditation is what we call the path. So the view now finished. So now I will teach you the meditation. So of course, there are many meditation techniques, mainly what we call two things, shamatha and vipassana meditation. So now today I would like to teach basically shamatha meditation, and inside there's a vipassana meditation also together. So first main practice is the main meditation is the shamatha meditation. So I will teach you two meditation techniques. One is what we call breathing meditation, and the second is what we call sound meditation. So then maybe if we have time, I will teach you third meditation technique, which is mental recitation. So let's see. So the first is the breathing meditation. So what is the breathing meditation? To be aware of your breath. So your mind, to be aware of your breath. When you breathe in, your mind knows that you're breathing in. When you breathe out, your mind knows that breathing out. So in my tradition, normally what we call, there are two styles of meditation tradition. Two styles. One is the object-oriented meditation tradition, and the second is subject-oriented of meditation tradition. So my meditation tradition is subject-oriented. So subject meaning your mind, the awareness. Object meaning the breath. So the object-oriented meditation technique is the breath is important. So your mind has to be with the breath. If there's noise around you, don't listen to noise. Watch the breath. If your neighbor's making construction or cooking, don't go mind there. Bring to the breath. Don't think of anything else, only breath. You have to have concentration mind, focus on the breath. So object is important. So this is a little bit tight. So object is important. But my tradition, my style of meditation is what we call subject. The most important is awareness. The breath is just support for awareness. So breath is not so important. So main important here is awareness. So this style of meditation, you can meditate everywhere with anything, not only the breath. Everything can become support for meditation. And anytime, you can meditate while you're walking, talking, eating. Anytime you can meditate. So therefore, the subject-oriented meditation style for me is really easy and effective, and also very open and effortless. Okay, so now I will teach you my style of meditation is the subject-oriented. For this meditation, the first important thing is what we call, you need to recognize awareness. Awareness meaning knowing. So, do you have awareness? So, how many of you can see my hand? If you can see my hand, raise your hand. You can raise your hand in front of video, no problem. So when you say you can see my hand, that is awareness. So you know that you can see my hand, right? That is awareness. Can you hear? Now I'm snapping my finger. So if you can hear this, raise your hand. That is also awareness. You can hear. So you know that you can hear. That is awareness. So what is awareness? Awareness meaning knowing. Knows what you are thinking, knows what you are doing, knows what you are feeling, knows what you are seeing, knows what you are hearing, smell, taste, sensation, knows what you are thinking. So that's all. Knowing. Actually. So you have this awareness all the time actually. Right now you are experiencing this awareness, isn't it? Yes or no? If you become unconscious, then maybe you are not experiencing this awareness. So are you unconscious now? If you are unconscious, raise your hand. If you say I am unconscious, that means you have awareness. I am unconscious, meaning you are not unconscious, and you know that whatever feeling, experience that. So that is awareness. So as long as you are alive, as long as if you are not unconscious now, you are experiencing the awareness. So therefore awareness with you all the time. Then you might have one question. That means I'm meditating all the times, right? I don't need to learn meditation because awareness meaning knowing, right? I have this knowing all the time. I have mind. Actually, awareness, your mind, consciousness, here something. So you have consciousness, you have mind. That means I'm meditating all the time. What do you think? Yes or no? Actually, you are not meditating all the times. So therefore you have to come here to learn meditation. Therefore you are watching my video to learn meditation. So then there's contradiction, isn't it? You have awareness all the time, but you are not meditating. But what I told you is, for the meditation, the essence of meditation is awareness. So now the answer for this is, although we have awareness all the time, but we are not recognize our awareness. So when we recognize our own awareness and maintain that recognition, then become meditation. Before that, it is not become meditation. So therefore, normally what we call awareness is always with us. Awareness is free. Awareness is pure. Awareness is present. Awareness is calm, peaceful. And our example is like sky. Awareness is like sky. Sky is always present, pure, always there. But then what happened in the sky, there's a cloud, lot of cloud. So sometimes you have storm. I know in Korea sometimes we have a typhoon, right? Typhoon, hurricane. So big storm sometimes, rain, thunderstorm also, sometimes pollution also. Sometimes sky is so beautiful with a beautiful cloud, different colors, or rainbow, or blue sky. So no matter how those storm comes, pollution comes, the nature of sky is always free. The pollution cannot change the nature of sky. Sky is always present. So same thing, awareness is always present, free. But what we have is we have thought and emotion. It's like cloud. It's like weather. It's like storm. Sometimes we have depression. anger, hatred, fear, panic. Especially nowadays with the pandemic, we might have fear, anxiety, panic for some people. Some people, lost their job, might be depressed. So big storm these are. And these are like cloud in the sky. So whatever our feeling, thought, emotion, memory, perception, all these are like cloud in the sky. Our fundamental nature is fine. It's wonderful. So that is awareness. But we don't feel we are fine. When we have problem, we are sad, upset. We are depressed. I had panic when I was young, big panic. So how come? We have wonderful nature, but we are not experiencing this wonderful nature. Why? Why? Because we are not recognized. We don't see sky. We are lost in the cloud. That's the problem. So now how to connect with the sky through awareness. So I will teach you a meditation practice, how to connect with awareness here. So now what we need to do is we watch the breath. So essence of meditation is awareness. And I know in Korean language, aracharin. So aracharin is the awareness. So the essence of meditation is awareness. So we need to be aware of the breath, knowing breath. So we will do this practice together. So please, if you are comfortable, if you want to try this, we can try together. So please keep your spine loosely straight. It doesn't matter. You can sit on the chair. If you sit on the chair, both feet touch to the ground, or if you sit on the floor, you can cross your leg, or if you stand, keep your spine straight, okay? And relax muscles in your body. So first, we will close our eyes and feel our body first. Relax muscles in our body and feel our body. And feel the gravity in our body. Just relax your body. Relax muscles in the body. And if you cannot relax, it's also okay. Allow that you cannot relax. Now slowly bring your attention to the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Your mind simply to be aware of your breath. And it is a natural breath. You don't need to control your breath. Shallow breath is okay. Deep breath is okay. Loud, noisy breath is okay. Quiet breath is also okay. And now, when you watch your mind, your breath, you might have a lot of thought, many kimchis, and the rices may come in your mind. That's totally okay. Let kimchi come and kimchi go. The most important is remember your breath. Be with your breath. if you not forget your breath, you can have 2 kimchi, 3 kimchi, or 10 kimchis comes from 10 direction, also okay. Or the kimchi is just example. Maybe to-do list. I have to do this. I have to do that. Or tomorrow I have to go. Or today I have to go here and there. Or what happened yesterday. All this bala 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 yada yada yada. Let them come. Let them go. Important is try to remember your breath. And you cannot, your mind cannot stay with your breath long time. It is just glimpse. Few seconds, your mind can remember your breath. Few seconds. Sometimes you cannot focus on the breath. Sometimes you forget the breath. That's totally okay. What we call short time, many times. So just glimpse, come back on your breath. Okay, now please open your eyes and continue to be aware of your breath. Just be with your breath, remember your breath, breathing in, breathing out. You can breathe from your nose or from your mouth or both. It doesn't matter. Okay, how was it? Feel good? So if you feel good, that is what we call peaceful experience. Sometimes feeling very happy, joy, feeling love. Sometimes mind become very clear, clarity. Sometimes not much thought and emotion, what we call non-conceptual experience. These are what we call peaceful experience. But for some people, when you meditate on the breath, lot of thought comes. Bala bala bala, yada yada, ha ha he who. Look like your mind become crazy. That's also good. What we call waterfall experience. So at the beginning, our meditation experience normally like waterfall. Look like we are getting worse. Or some people feel dull, unclear, want to sleep also. That's also good. So these are what we call rough experience. So mind become wild or dull, unclear is the rough experience. So meditation experience up and down like that. So that's totally okay. And slowly, you don't mind up and down. You can be with the awareness. The awareness become more clear, more vivid. You still have up and down. You can still have cloud. So main important thing here is to connect with the sky. We don't need to get rid of cloud. We don't need to control the cloud. So you don't have to control your thought. You don't have to control your emotion. The whole purpose of meditation here is to connect with the awareness. Awareness is always free and peaceful. It doesn't matter whether there's a thought or no thought. Thought doesn't change the awareness. And even you can block thought and emotion, may not be so much benefit. If you become thoughtless, emotionless, you may become like zombie, isn't it? Cannot think, cannot feel, maybe become like robot. So that is not the issue. Thought is not the issue. So sometimes thought, emotion is good. Sometimes we can have cloud, right? Cloud is good. Sometimes we need rain. Sometimes storm is good. So life has a lot of up and down. Actually, this up and down is good. Okay. So then another technique of meditation is the sound meditation. So some people, breathing meditation is more easy. Some people, sound meditation is easy. Sound meditation is we can listen to any sound. So right now, whatever sound there with you, you can listen. So keep your spine loosely straight, relax muscles in your body, and just listen to any sound. Sound of bird, sound of car, traffic, sound of neighbors making construction or cooking, sound of people chatting, coughing, sound of the storm, sound of water, wind, any sound is okay. Whatever noise, just listen. So essence of meditation is awareness. So knowing the sound, be with the sound. Like breath, same. Whatever breath is okay, shallow, deep, noisy, peaceful, doesn't matter. So now sound, nice sound, not nice sound, peaceful, not peaceful, noisy, it doesn't matter. You just listen, knowing the sound. Just be with the sound, be with the sound. So that is to become sound meditation. Easy, isn't it? So another is what we call mental recitation. So mental recitation, you can recite some word in your mind. So in Korea, there's a lot of pray, bow. So you can use simple pray, bow, or the mantras, mantra of whatever Buddha, or you can use any word. Or let's say, I'm fine, everything's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. Just say this word in your mind with silently, without using your mouth. So close your mouth, and in your mind you can say, I'm fine, everything's fine. Like this, I'm fine, everything's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. So when you say that, we have to have awareness. If you say this in your mouth, then your mind go everywhere. You don't need to connect with awareness. But if you say in your mind, you are already connected with your mind because you are not using your mouth. So that is become the what we call mental recitation. So I teach you the three things: breathing meditation, sound meditation, mental recitation. So of course, normally there are many shamatha meditation techniques, but these three is quite easy. So see which one you like, you can do that. So now next is I will teach a little bit about vipassana. So here vipassana is we need to connect with the impermanent. So our life is like wave of the ocean, isn't it? So right now, the entire global, we have this pandemic. So our is down moment. But don't give up. We can learn from this down moment. We can grow this pandemic. And there's also a lot of good things happen from this pandemic. Many of my students during this pandemic, they do practice meditation. They do study. And for them, it's become like retreat. And many of them, it's become like life transforming experience. Normally, they are busy, always chasing after work and schedule here and there. But now, they have a lot of time to reflect about themselves. So they will become inner transformation. Many of my friends, they have developed very good relationship. Normally, they don't have time to be together, to learn each other. So now they be together, learn each other, and they really grow good relationship between family, between friends, between the parents and kids. So there's a lot of good things happen. And also, there's a lot of things happening now around the world, new idea, new discovery from this pandemic. And I think we will learn a lot from this pandemic for the future to prevent this pandemic again, to have this disease. So in a way, up and down of life, if we're willing to learn, if we're willing to grow, it really helps. So impermanent is really important. Sometimes what I call life is like stock market, go up and down, up and down, up and down. And the stock market, people make money because stock market go up and down. If stock market not go up and down, people cannot make money, isn't it? Or life is like wave of the ocean. So ocean has a wave. When you go to the beach, you want to play with the wave, right? If you know how to play with the wave is wonderful, fun. But if you try to against the wave, then what happens? All the water go into your nose and the lung. Big problem. So same thing right now. We can learn from this pandemic. We can grow from this pandemic. You have wonderful nature. All of you all have capacity, skills, powers. You all have awareness, love and compassion, wisdom. We all have. So try to believe in yourself and try best to learn from this and grow from this pandemic. So this is really important. So this is what we call impermanence teaching. What Buddha taught is really important to understand the life. So now how to bring this into experience? So we will do one simple meditation, which is you need to be aware of your breath. So see how your breath is changing. So when you breathe in, it's changing. Minute by minute, second by second, moment by moment. Breath coming from your nose, changing, and then fill up your lung expanding. And then when you breathe out, so when you breathe in, it's oxygen. When you breathe out, it's become carbon dioxide, right? It change. So breath comes from your nose, change your lung become smaller. So we to be aware of that, okay? So we will practice together. Please keep your spine loosely straight, and this time you can open your eyes. Relax your body, and you can open your eyes. And now, please to be aware of your breath. Watch your breath. And please to be aware of that your breath is changing. When you breathe in, it's changing. When you're breathing out, it's changing. So to be aware of that. So when your breath is changing, at the same time, your heart is changing. Your heartbeat is changing moment by moment. To be aware of that. And at the same time, your blood circulation, entire body is changing. And the breath is going through, oxygen going through entire body from head to feet. When you breathe in and out, it's changing entire your body. And the cells in the body is also changing. And not only your body is changing, the ground is changing, the building or house where you are staying also changing. And the entire earth is changing. Entire universe is changing right now with your breath. Your breath is changing second by second. Entire universe is changing second by second. As well as your thought is changing, your feeling is changing. Okay, how was that? So this is the what we call common Vipassana meditation. So this common between the foundational yana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, so common Vipassana meditation, which is the impermanent. And the Mahayana, above Mahayana Vipassana is the emptiness. So if you know emptiness, you can practice emptiness also. That will be the Vipassana. So all these are the meditation. So now meditation is finished. And the last is the application. So we need to apply this practice and the teaching in everyday life. So now in everyday life, maybe you might have stress, you might have fear about the pandemic, or fear about the losing job, fear about someone having problem. So when you have this fear, what do you have to do? Bring your mind to the breath. When you feel anxiety, be with the breath. When your mind worry, be with the breath. When you are feeling stress, be with the breath. So whatever you're suffering, whatever you have, mind become restless or not happy, your mind bring back to the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Or if you like sound meditation, bring your mind to the sound. When you are not happy, listen to sound. Listen to sound. When you feel nervous, panic, listen to sound. When you feel depressed, listen to sound. When you feel angry, listen to sound. When you feel desire, craving, listen to sound. Or mental recitation, also same. So when you do that again and again, what happened? Eventually, your mind go back to the breath, and your mind become calm, peaceful, and you can connect with awareness. So that's the shamatha meditation. And sometimes you can connect with impermanence. So breath is changing, and the emotion is changing, feeling is changing, thought is changing, depression is changing, everything is changing. So you see all these are changing minute by minute. So that's become Vipassana meditation. So apply this in everyday life, and you can meditate everywhere, anytime, with anything, right? So in maybe some of you working, you can apply this meditation at your workplace. Some of you are working from home. Some of you connected with your friends and family. Some of you doing exercise sometime. Some of you are doing meeting. Some of you are cooking. While you're cooking, just short time, many time, practice this meditation. So this meditation really good for your mind, peaceful, calm, and good for physical body also, and good for general life. And at the same time, to bring the view in life. So when you see the problem, difficult, don't give up. Don't feel bad totally. Of course you feel bad, that's okay, but don't give up. Try your best to use your capacity, power, wisdom, knowledge. You all have that. So when I was young, around 9 years old, first time I learned meditation from my father. So my father said, if you're going somewhere, so if you want to go somewhere, then you reach the dead end. The road block. In front of you, there's huge wall. So you cannot go anywhere. So in that time, what we have to do? And my father said, take out your backpack, take out your backpack and throw the other side of the wall. So once your backpack the other side of the wall, then what do you have to do? You have to cross the wall, isn't it? But you cannot cross this way. There's huge wall. But everything's impermanent. Life is impermanent. Impermanent meaning there's a lot of possibility, a lot of door, a lot of opportunity. You can cross the wall, maybe this way, maybe that way, maybe that way, maybe that way. There's a which and the ways you can cross the wall. So these opportunities, ability how we can see when we accept impermanent, when we accept life is like wave of the ocean, when we accept life is like stock market up and down. We accept the suffering, but don't give up. Continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to expand yourself from this problem. So I hope all of you learn a lot from this pandemic, from this COVID-19. So for example, myself, this time I learned a lot. I'm doing sometime meditation retreat, wonderful, and I read my the books, Buddhist, many different books, which is I haven't read about 15, 20 years, and I gain a lot of knowledge and experience from reading this. And also I'm doing farm, exciting, eating a lot of organic vegetables, and I can teach through the internet to connect with all my students. So it's wonderful. So hopefully you all will bring this transformation in your life, and then you can help others. Thank you.